Navigating a pandemic can feel a little like being in a maze at times, but with far higher stakes. Sometimes you end up taking the wrong path, so sometimes you have to make a U-turn. And that's exactly what the government has done on vaccine passports. This was the Culture Secretary 2 days ago.
We have already said that in respect of very, very high-risk venues, for example, nightclubs, we're looking at how we might introduce certification for those.
And this was the Health Secretary today.
Well, what I can say is that we've looked at it properly, and whilst we should keep it in reserve as a potential option, I'm pleased to say that we will not be going ahead with plans for vaccine passports.
Mr Javid denied that the U-turn was to pacify Tory backbench MPs. Nightclub owners had warned vaccine passports would be a financial disaster. Needless to say, they're delighted the policy has now been dumped.
The U-turn has come as broadly to much of the industry as a surprise, but it's been met with elation in many parts, but has been welcomed by the broader industry. It's definitely set some minds to rest.
Michael Gove was busting a move on a recent visit to a nightclub in Aberdeen. He'll have to show a vaccine passport next time he goes. Unlike England, clubbers in Scotland will have to show one from the start of next month. There's also confusion about which path the government will take on the mass vaccination of 12 to 15-year-olds. It could start in 10 days' time, according to one newspaper. But a week into the start of the new school term, nothing official has been announced yet. The UK's vaccine advisory body, the JCVI, has recommended against younger teenagers getting the jab. Now the 4 chief medical officers are reviewing that. But today Sajid Javid said schools have been told to start preparing for it. If it goes ahead, will parents give their consent?
It's going to be like a really rubbish shot now.
Abby is shooting zombies with her 2 teenage sons at Notts Maze.
Where did it hit?
She may be a good shot when it comes to zombies, but she's far less certain about her 14-year-old getting the jab.
I myself and my partner have been double jabbed, and also my 18-year-old as well, seeing as he's off to university and he's a little bit older. But I don't think necessarily need to vaccinate the children, because you've got to weigh the risk to them from the jab compared to the risk to the general population.
And another mother, Kim, has misgivings too.
I guess we need to know more about it, more research before I would actually, sort of say, yeah, put my children forward, really.
With COVID hospital admissions continuing to rise, the government will announce contingency plans this week. Face masks and working from home could come back if the NHS is struggling to cope.